WestgateCars.com, high school hoops presented by West Shore Home. Ventures to one of the most fertile basketball hotbeds, Garner, North Carolina. Tonight, the women take center stage. The top two teams in the SWAC meet for the second time this season. Undefeated Garner hosting a once-beaten Apex Friendship. Patrick Keenis alongside Jay Sonhalter. And Jay, these two squads feature a number of players with major Division I prospects. And let's take a look at the two stars we expect to see tonight for the Patriots and Trojans.
Two of the top juniors in the country. We'll start with Apex Friendship. India Navar, great outside shooter, Patrick. She plays really well on the defensive end. She's a leader for this young Patriot squad. She's being recruited from the West Coast outside to the East Coast. Stanford's looking at her, Oregon and Baylor, NC State and Carolina. And on the other side, Journey Kyaku, she pushes the pace for Garner. She does an outstanding job of playing fast, getting her teammates involved, Patrick. She's averaging 25 points per game.
All right, and already this ball game underway, and a quick start on both ends. A three knockdown by Apex Friendship, and there's a bucket on the interior from Garner. So let's set the scene here. Apex comes in 6-1 overall, 5-1 in the SWAC. And meanwhile, the Garner Trojans, one of the most athletic teams in the state, unbeaten, 5-0, and that includes a decisive win over Apex Friendship a couple of weeks ago, 75-46.
Garner's going to play up-tempo. They want to push the pace and really win with their defense, try to get buckets in transition.
So Apex in the traveling dark uniforms, Garner in the home white, and already an advantage here for the Garner Trojans. Again, they come in 5-0. Their game a couple of days ago was postponed against Middle Creek. And out of the corner, a long jumper is missed by Apex Friendship, and Garner loves to get out in transition. And the layup try by Journey Kyaku is missed, but fouled on the approach. And Kyaku is one of the most electric players in the entire triangle.
She's so quick, athletic, and we see her aggressively going towards the rim. Gets contact to go to the line, and is going to be kind of a predicament for Apex Friendship. When you shoot on the offensive end, of course you want to crash the boards, but it's so important against this Garner team to get back in transition defense. So they're going to have to make sure they really kind of fade back and stop the ball.
And our first U.S. Coast Guard free throws of the game brought to you by the U.S. Coast Guard. GoCoastGuard.com. And a quick start for the Garner Trojans, and that is the real central issue for Scott Campbell and the Apex Friendship Patriots, trying to slow down the Garner Trojans because they only know one speed, and that is fast.
And they want to really excel in the half-court offense. The key for them, though, is they have to limit their turnovers. They have to take good shots and use the clock and use it to their advantage.
And there's a live ball turnover, and here comes Kyaku out in the open floor. The whistle blown, and the finish with the right hand by Kyaku. And we've seen how explosive she is in the open floor, and that's going to be the issue for the Patriots. Can they get back and slow things down after live ball turnovers?
They get the turnover, and they look to push the ball, and there Kyaku again focusing through the contact. That was Navar with the foul.
So Navar with an early foul, Vicky Sign with an early foul, and the Garner Trojans off to a quick start here as they take on Apex Friendship. So we'll set the scene here for Apex. Again, coming in 6-1. We'll take a look at their starting five, and it's a very young team. We'll see 4 sophomores start, including 1 junior. And Navar averaging about 24 games. She's the junior. Vicky Sign wearing the uniform 11, averages about 15 per. And it's a 6-5 early lead for Garner. And there is a look at the longtime head coach in the Triangle, Scott Campbell, now in his 6th year at Apex Friendship after being the head coach at Apex for better than 20 years. And he has opened up this program, opened up this school. They went winless in his first year to 24-3 last year, and now he really feels like he has all of the critical pieces in place. The only thing he's missing, a little more experience.
Yeah, and he's the right man for the job. When that school opened up, to see the growth in the program he built, I know it's so rewarding for him.
So Garner with a 1-point lead. A look at the Garner Trojan starters. And a Kyaku about 25 a game, and Aphonian, the sophomore, who's being recruited by some ACC schools. She's averaging about 9 per contest and 6 rebounds. Those are the starters, brought to you by Westgate Kia of Wake Forest. WestgateCars.com. We will make you a believer for life. But 2.5 minutes gone by, opening quarter. 6-5 the lead for Garner. And there's a look at William Stigler losing his third year as the head coach for the Garner Trojans, and one of the top teams in the state. And we talked with Scott Campbell, Apex Friendship's head coach, earlier today, and he said, this is a really good Garner team last year. They're a lot more refined, a lot more poised, and he's never seen a more athletic team in his entire coaching career than this year's version of the Garner Trojans.
And I think they've shown a lot of improvement with their young post players. Kyaku was great last year, pushing the pace, but inside, some of those young players have really grown, maturated this year, and they can score from the paint as well when they get in their half-court offense.
And there's a look at Nia Wilkins, a junior, who's also looking at some mid-major opportunities. Shot was blocked, but there was a foul on the inside going on Apex Friendship. And so at the line is Wilkins, and misses the first of two. She's about 10 points and 8 rebounds. A lot of different Garner Trojans get to the glass, as she has one more free throw presented by the U.S. Coast Guard. And the second one is made. U.S. Coast Guard, gocoastguard.com.
And the whole focus for the Garner defense is going to be slowing down Navarre. And with sign two, those two top scorers, they've got to find a way to try to make someone else beat them, get the ball out of their hands. It's going to be really important with their perimeter defense.
And there's just an easy giveaway. The steal by Kanaya Bell, and then a scrum out near midcourt. And the jump ball called, and good sportsmanship on both sides right there as Ada Norvade helped up by Bell of Garner. 7-5 Trojans lead. 4:46 remaining in the opening quarter. Apex coming in off of a big win over South Garner a few days ago, 72-25. But for the Garner Trojans, they're averaging about 75 points a game. And again, with their one matchup, that's exactly what Garner scored against the Patriots. That's short out of the corner. Navarre the rebound. And here come the Patriots in a little moderate transition. Now they'll slow things up into the half court.
That was a good job by Garner and Kyaku stopping the ball and getting the ball out of Navarre's hands.
And Norbe misses little runner in the lane. Loose ball kept alive by the Patriots. And here comes Garner again in transition with an odd man break. A deflected pass still got through. And Athonian with her first points of the game, and Garner takes a 4-point lead.
And early on in this game, you can really tell how conditioned both sides are. The pace that each side's playing with, how hard and hustling they're playing, the effort being shown. These teams are really putting forth a great amount of effort here tonight. This game's so important, after that first matchup, especially for Apex Friendship, come back out here and test themselves and kind of fix some of those mistakes they made. Baseline
jumper is missed by Sign, knocked out of bounds, stays with Apex Friendship. And one of the things that William Stigler, the Garner head coach, said, before this game began, they've been practicing in mass all season long, so they're accustomed to this. First time out of the opening quarter. Garner at home trying to stay unbeaten, up 4 on Apex Friendship.
Life's full of little accidents. And Hyundai Tucson's lane keeping assist can help make sure they stay little.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on the Tucson, or up to $3,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
This is the United States Coast Guard. These are our people. These are the waters we protect. This is our home. We save lives while protecting our country. We live the mission every single day. No one else does what we do.
You know this guy?
Honey. With the most standard safety features in its class.
Nice stop, Mom.
Thanks. The all-new, fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get a low $229 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models.
Have you been injured at work and been told this?
Overtime does not count toward your wages.
That is false. I answer calls, emails, and texts all the time from injured workers just like you about their weekly checks. Sometimes they're leaving money on the table. Who told you how much your weekly check should be? Are you sure that's the correct amount? If you don't know for sure, give me a call and we'll find out together.
Hardison and Cochran, here for you. 919 all fours.
Life's full of little accidents. And Hyundai Tucson's lane keeping assist can help make sure they stay little.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on the Tucson, or up to $3,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
And back to Garner, North Carolina for this SWAC matchup. First place versus second. Garner and Apex Friendship, 9-5 lead for the Garner Trojans, and another turnover by the Patriots, and a beautiful step through by Journey Kiaku. And she's been a one-man fast break so far for Garner.
She's been dominant. Her athleticism just really sticks out. As soon as you see her play, you can see she's got like an extra gear, Patrick. And she uses that to her advantage.
Jumper from the foul line is missed, and that one is swatted away by Euphonian. A little bit of lower body contact, and that's likely going to send Riley Hamilton to the free throw line for Apex Friendship.
Euphonian, one of those young players, now a sophomore, receiving that recruiting interest, and for good reason. She's grown. She's gotten stronger this year. She's really developed her postgame.
So Hamilton at the U.S. Coast Guard free throw line. First one knocked down. U.S. Coast Guard, gocoastguard.com. Well, one of the kind of approaches to this contest for William Stigler and the Garner Trojans, he figured that Apex Friendship, based on the first matchup a few weeks ago, was likely going to slow things down a bit to try and shrink and condense this contest. Hasn't really happened yet as far as how they half-court offenses look for Apex Friendship, but they certainly know that the Patriots are not interested in getting in an up and down 80-75 contest if that's the case. Good block shot on the perimeter. Stepping through the lane is Navarre. Can't finish. And look at the handles there by Kiaku. Dribbling ahead, attacking the defense. And the find on the baseline to Swin Bastion. Senior averaging about 6 a game, her first points.
With Kiaku driving, she's going to attack that paint area. If no defender comes over to help, she'll take it all the way. But if she does feel that defensive pressure, she has that innate sense, that point guard ability to find her open teammates.
Stage of the game already as Kiaku has really put her thumbprint on this first quarter. If you're the Patriots, you don't want to lose touch early here. 7 points down, run the offense. They'll jump hook in the lane. Is a little bit long from Hamilton, and a loose ball rebound into the sideline, and it's going to stay with the Patriots. Good attempt there by Nia Wilkins to keep it alive for Garner.
And I think for the Patriots, they've got to find a way to get Navarre the ball, maybe down low. And she's been handling the ball the majority of the ball game, but you know that Garner's going to try to get the ball out of her hands.
All right, you can get free delivery on all your favorite meals through Wegmans Meals to Go for a limited time. Long jumper on the outside, knocked down. Caitlin Littlejohn hits the three for Apex Friendship. And Littlejohn just returned really to the active roster here for the Patriots last game, coming back from a broken foot injury. She was on the JV squad last year. A little lift for the Patriots. And now trying to string possessions together. Littlejohn with the extra pass. And here is Navarre, the dump across the lane. Littlejohn called for the walk.
Well, and you said, though, a big boost having her back. She's known for her outside shooting ability, and in order for the Patriots to stay in this ballgame, I think they need to get hot from beyond the three-point line, and she's going to be a big factor in tonight's offense.
A 13-9 lead for Garner. A little more than 2 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. And can't really underscore enough how important that three-point made by Littlejohn a couple of moments ago was, before Garner was kind of on the cusp of a double-digit lead. 4-point contest, and Akima Hicks runs the offense here for Garner. And this is Kiaku. Skip to Sydney Tucker. And now Kiaku, the jump stop, tried to throw through some traffic. Ball knocked away. Pried out of there by Bastion, and a jump ball was called. And we will go the other way to Apex Friendship, and we have a timeout on the floor with 1:41 left in the first quarter. A tight one for the top of the SWAC. 13-9 Garner.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder.
Love is louder than bullying.
Than hate. Depression. Loneliness. Stress.
Than anger.
Love is louder than
fear.
Anxiety.
Insecurity.
Love is louder than discrimination. Love is louder than abuse. Love is louder. Love is louder when you take action to help yourself or a friend. If you or someone you know is having a hard time, go to loveislouder.com to find out ways that you can get help and feel better.
On the inside, a Honda SUV is sophisticated, technologically advanced, and comfortable. But on the outside, a Honda SUV is rugged, capable, and ready to take on anything. With an intelligent traction management and 3 all-terrain driving modes at the push of a button, the competition doesn't have that. Inside, outside. For the first time ever, get our best 0% financing on every new Honda SUV. Like 0% financing on the Passport or Pilot. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
I was heading back home on my Harley Davidson, and a car was in the left-hand lane to turn. It turned in front of me, and at that point, I didn't even have a chance to hit the brakes. As a veteran, you know, I've been through a lot of training, but there was nothing that could prepare me for what happened that day. I was told I'd never walk again, but I did. The team at Riddle & Brantley helped me with this recovery. You never leave a person behind. Riddle & Brantley has never left me behind.
Riddle & Brantley, when justice counts.
Back to Garner, part of the high school hoops package. Patrick Keenis, Jay Soenhalter with you. 13-9, Garner on top of Apex Friendship. Scott Campbell's squad in the first meeting with Garner a couple of weeks ago made only 1 3-point in 17 attempts. They have 2 in the opening quarter here in Garner on the road.
Well, a good sign. He wanted his team to shoot with confidence tonight, and see another one going up there and going in, number 3 on the night already here in the first quarter.
And another one from Little John, and what a big spark she has been coming back off of that injury. It's a 1-point contest, and now off the missed shot, a chance for the Patriots to grab the lead. Little John passes into the corner, open on the baseline, and shot was missed, and the rebound controlled right on that end line by Tucker of Garner. So a minute to go, first quarter. A little pull-up by Kiaku. Offensive rebound torn out of there by Othonian, and a turnaround jumper in the lane bumps the lead to 3.
Yeah, that's a big win for Garner. They did not have numbers. It was 2-on-3, but they were able, after that missed shot, to battle and get the extra opportunity to put it in for 2.
And after losing the handle, Navarre able to at least save the possession with a tie-up. And we've seen a couple of loose turnovers in this opening quarter by the Patriots. William Stigler, 3rd season as the head coach for Garner. He also teaches the junior ROTC program here at Garner High School. Spent 23 years in the U.S. military, served overseas in Kuwait and Afghanistan and Iraq. A wonderful man, great representative, and man, has he turned around this Garner program. Marley Beam, and a foul is charged against the Garner Trojans. It'll be going up against Othonian.
I like how the Patriots are getting the ball in the paint, getting to the line, and putting pressure on these post defenders for Garner to defend. You look at this first quarter, I think the Patriots have to be very happy with how they've played. If they can clean up those turnovers, they're going to give themselves even a better opportunity throughout the rest of the ball game.
So one more free throw upcoming for Beam, one of 8 sophomores on this Patriots team. Stand to the U.S. Coast Guard free throw line. Go coastguard.com. 2 out of 2 for the sophomore Beam, and it's back to a 1-point Garner lead. Inside the final half minute of the opening quarter. Hicks skips to the corner, and back in the hands of Kiaku. Dribble drive, a little stumble into the corner. Tucker's open. And the rebound tipped toward the end line. And did that hit Wilkins on the way out? It did. Just brushed against the thigh as she stood out of bounds. And we're going to have a last-second opportunity here for Apex Friendship. So the clock is running. Sense of urgency for Apex Friendship. Navarre at the horn. And it's short. Well, it's a win for the Patriots based on their first encounter with Garner, beaten by 29 points only a couple of weeks ago at home. They're on the road. We're through with 1, and they're within 1. Garner leads 15-14.
We at Haywood Funeral Home want you to know that during these uncertain times, as we experience the coronavirus pandemic, our operations regarding funerals have changed as we comply with changing industry guidelines. We will continue to offer compassionate and professional service to all. As always, we remain devoted as a pillar of support and comfort for the community. Haywood Funeral Home, our family serving yours for generations.
Your family counts on you to provide, and you do so every single day for the people you love. A work injury may throw your family into complete chaos. I've seen it happen many times to strong families. This is not a time to be passive. It's a time to get answers. It's a time to plan for what's next. I can help you. I've helped injured workers in North Carolina my whole career, and I'd be honored to help you.
Hardison and Cochran, here for you. 919 all fours.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Now get a well-equipped 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Second quarter action ready to begin from Garner, and a tight one, 15-14. Trojans have the lead on the Patriots. Garner undefeated in SWAC play at 5-0. Apex Friendship at 5-1, and that lone loss came to Garner a couple of weeks ago. Aaron pass into the backcourt, and a steal by Beam and Apex Friendship. They deliver to the inside, and Littlejohn giving the Patriots the lead. 8 off of the bench for Littlejohn in this first half.
And they're still in a page out of the Garner playbook there with the turnover. A fast break opportunity for 2.
Well, for the Patriots in that first quarter, frankly, it was a turnover-plagued opening quarter, which led to a couple of fast break opportunities for Garner. If you take those away, Garner, well below its season average in terms of pace of scoring. 15 in the opening quarter, but you take a couple of those fast break opportunities after the turnover, Garner's maybe around 10 or 11 points in the opening quarter. So defensively, I think the Patriots and Scott Campbell have to be pretty pleased with what they've seen so far.
For sure. I mean, their goal is to get Garner in the half-court offense, and the Trojans really good in the half-court, but they excel on the fast break. The other thing Garner's done a nice job is hitting the offensive board, getting those long backside rebounds. Here another opportunity to go to the line off of that offensive board.
All right, Kanai Bell, senior, averaging about 4 a game. She's at the Anchor Auto Outlet free throw line and makes 1 of 2. Her first points, and we are drawing level 16-16 early stages of this second quarter. Littlejohn with the delivery to the sideline. Three-pointer is missed, and there on the end line is Bastion for the rebound, and the quick outlet to Wilkins. And Wilkins can't finish, got her own miss though. Holds the pivot foot and drops it in from short range.
Well, and for Apex Friendship, they have to almost sprint back. They've just got to sprint back because that offensive board is 2-on-2. The Patriots had enough time to get more of their defenders back, but it was just the hustle to get that board and finish for 2.
And just relentless pursuits and pace from the Garner Trojans defense right there, trapping anywhere they could. They forced a tie-up. It's going to stay with Apex Friendship here. But again, you can't be soft with your passes. You can't be, passive with your decisions because they're just so athletic and so quick. This type of thing is the result. That pass went straight to Kiyaku off of a erect baseline out of bounds play.
And they force you to play a clean ball game and be assertive. And if you don't, they're going to take advantage of those mistakes. And there you can see they just want to jump in passing lanes and be aggressive and try to create turnovers.
And Beam is going to head back to the free throw line for Apex Friendship. And to get a very young team, starting 4 sophomores and 1 junior. And this is a squad, when we chatted with Scott Campbell, as Beam heads back to the Anchor Auto Outlet free throw line, that all schools, all programs around the state and around the country for that matter are dealing with COVID-19. It's really taken away a lot of playing time and a lot of developmental time. And for such a young team, he said, we may be at our best when the season ends, but we probably could have been a lot better. We're going to run out of schedule before we reach this season's potential. But they lost a lot of practice time and a lot of developmental time back through the summer and into the fall as we get a timeout here in Garner. 3-point lead for the Trojans.
And for Apex Friendship, you look at this team's future with all those young players, Navarre coming back next year, a team that's developing and already one of the top teams in the region, as long as Garner is as well. And these 2 programs, you look at their leadership from the top, the head coaches, the young players, the improvement that they made from last year to this year. These teams are here to stay, and this competition that they're playing tonight is really going to make both teams better because, quite honestly, they've had a lot of blowouts in their season, And to face the Cowboy competition playing against each other is something I think they're really looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, there's great leadership on both sidelines from the head coaches down, from William Stigler for Garner, Scott Campbell for Apex Friendship. But there's also excellent leadership from their top players of Navarre and Kyaku. And they were going to turnover by Garner and a take there by India Navarre, who again is only a junior. But when you talk about what Navarre is, when Scott Campbell described her to us earlier, she's a leader. She does it the right way. Extremely patient with herself and her teammates. Very humble and has just a passion to get better on the defensive end, which when you're talking about playing at the next level, mid-major, high-major, Division I, that's what it takes to get playing time in your freshman year at a major university.
She's so smooth, makes everything look easy, wants to get better, and she's a superstar that's continuing just to find new ways, and her offensive game is outstanding on the defensive end. She's really doing a good job, really locking down defenders on that side of the ball as well.
And that was an excellent lead pass toward the right side of the rim for Kanaya Bell, and Bell heads to the foul line for Garner. 2018 Trojans up on Apex by 2. Anchor Auto outlet free throw line, and off glass Bell misses the first of 2. So 6:11 to play, opening half. 20-18 in favor of Garner, coming off of an 83-73 win over Holly Springs that William Stigler called the worst game of the year. When you're unbeaten and one of the top teams to stay, winning by 10, but still very unsatisfied. A couple of free throws missed and a blocked shot by the Patriots. And a little bit of a scramble. Pass into the corner. That three-pointer is missed by Littlejohn, and a battle for the rebound and another tie-up. And it's Garner basketball.
Yeah, when we were talking to Coach Stigler, and he said that, that's a pretty good win. Holly Springs is a great team. We saw them last year, a lot of talent, and they win by 10. So that's kind of the standard that's being set. He wants perfection, and that's a reason why they've had such a great season, is because he expects the best out of his team.
Well, you can see he's going to be very displeased on that pass. It's been a little bit of a sloppy first half for Garner in terms of handling the pressure from Apex Friendship, and is making some poor decisions on, pass from point A to point B.
Well, we talked about flow in this whole season. There's been no consistency, no rhythm to the schedule. Teams having layoffs. Another big shot.
Well, Littlejohn knocks down her third three. Now, keep in mind, Littlejohn was still out nursing that broken foot the first time these teams met. And has she ever been the difference maker as Apex Friendship grabs a 1-point lead?
Those outside shots are going to open up driving opportunities.
And there is Vicky Sign, the sophomore, training one from long distance, and a timeout taken by Garner. So we have seen 5 3-pointers in this contest by Apex Friendship when they made only one in a 29-point loss against Garner a couple of weeks ago. And it's been Littlejohn and that one from Victoria Sign, who is probably the quietest player that Scott Campbell has ever coached. Said, it's like, trying to get her to say anything to him during practice or during a game is almost impossible. But she's speaking with their shooting ability here as the Patriots go by 4.
She's averaging right at 15 points per game. And for the Patriots, the 2 top scorers, they really haven't gotten their normal shots up yet, with Littlejohn coming in, averaging around 10. This is a really good sign to have a lead. Your 2 top scorers starting to get in the flow of the offense. But your team, kind of had those turnovers in the first quarter. But you look up, you're starting to protect the basketball more now. You got a 4-point lead. Things are really going in their direction.
24-20, Apex Friendship, biggest lead of the game. Rolling to the hole was Naima Hicks, couldn't finish, and here come the Patriots looking to move. And how about that from Littlejohn, handling the pressure from Wilkins, and now the Patriots will set it up. This is Navarre, haven't heard a lot from her yet until now. A running bank shot in the lane in the teeth of the Garner defense, and Apex Friendship on the road leads by 6.
Navarre plays with such a good pace. She knows when to turn up the speed, when to make the pass, and they're going into the lane. She really used her physical presence to get in there for 2.
A deep position in there for Hamilton, and on the stick back, another bucket by Apex Friendship. This one from Marley Beam, and it's the supporting cast of the Patriots. It's been Beam, it's been Littlejohn, it's been Sign, and they have knocked the Garner Trojans off their moorings here. And Swin Bastion with a badly needed bucket for the undefeated Garner Trojans.
And they needed that. You're right. They needed to slow down this run. Really the momentum all on the Patriots side.
Nice little ball fake there by Sign, but lost it on the way up against 3 defenders. And here is Kyaku on the take. Misses the shots and the offensive rebound. That will drop, plus a foul. Count the bucket on the inside for Garner's Amira Aphonian. And Garner's within 4 with a free throw coming.
Aphonian's been fighting all night down low. Look at the really effort, the hustle to get that board, get the contact, and connect for an and-one opportunity.
This has been an attention-grabbing quarter for the Garner Trojans. A look of concern by William Stigler as Littlejohn and the Patriots up by 4 midway through the second quarter.
Patrick Swayze.
Dirty Dancing.
I'm going to set the opening bid. Party. Confetti.
Store Bullseye.
Target. This is a show where every word counts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wild Dog.
Wolf.
Weeknights at 11 on MyRDC 28.
Life's full of little accidents. And Hyundai Tucson's lane keeping assist can help make sure they stay little.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus 1,000 bonus cash on the Tucson, or up to $3,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Losing him is the hardest thing I've ever been through. But Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home is doing so much for my family, I can't begin to put it into words. And because we pre-planned with Steve last year, we ensured that all of his wishes are being met. I don't have to worry about anything. My family can relax at this difficult time and celebrate his life.
Won't you give us a call today? We would be honored to provide you the trust, service, and compassion you rightfully deserve in your time of need. That is our promise here at the Stephen L. Lyons Funeral Home.
Life's full of little accidents. And Hyundai Tucson's lane keeping assist can help make sure they stay little.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus 1,000 bonus cash on the Tucson, or up to $3,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
28-24, Apex Friendship on top of Garner. 3:57 left in the second quarter. Patrick Keenis, Jay Sohnhalter back with you. And a look at William Stigler, third-year head coach for the Garner Trojans. And frankly, most of their games in this abridged season have been more than glorified scrimmages outside of that 10-point win over Holly Springs. Winning margin over South Garner was 49 points. They beat Apex Friendship by 29, Apex by 38, Fuquay Varina by 42, and then that 10-point win a couple of days ago against Holly Springs. But here they are at home, trailing by 4 as the Anchor Auto Outlet free throw is missed by the Trojans.
Well, with them not playing in a week, Patrick, you know, you kind of wonder how are you going to come out here, and it's just taking them a while to get in their normal rhythm.
Tonight's halftime report will be brought to you by Wegmans To Go. Get free delivery on all your favorite meals to go for a limited time. Garner now within 2, 28-26, inside 3.5 for the opening half here in Garner. And now we'll see if Scott Campbell is asking his team to slow things down, be a little bit more methodical, run the offense, and try not turn the basketball over. Quick hands by Hicks knocks that one right out of Littlejohn, but it stays with the Patriots.
Garner averaging right around 76 points per game. Patriots 65. So this pace going in the way of Apex Friendship. We'll see if they can kind of continue to slow this ball game down to limit Garner's opportunities.
Just a phenomenal set of minutes by Caitlin Littlejohn, rising off the elbow and off the glass, India Navarre. Well, the star junior for Apex Friendship, as that one is swatted away by Navarre, saved though by Garner. And look at Navarre dig in there and tie up Wilkins. Haven't seen much from Navarre yet until that last 15-second passage.
Well, you see the offense going in and scoring, and then the defensive effort. We'll see her come over. Look at that, with two hands, like a volleyball player, which she does play volleyball. Batting it down, spiking it, and then hustling for the jump ball.
That is a solo block for India Navarre on the volleyball court. Much to her coach's surprise, saw Navarre not be named to the first team all SWAC in volleyball. We get a foul on the inside against the Garner Trojans. I mean, Indy Navarre really does it all. Volleyball, track. She was a level 9 gymnast before she gave that up a few years ago. And as Riley Hamilton heads to the free throw line, 30-26, the Apex lead. And what a boost psychologically it would be for this entire Apex Friendship program to take a lead into halftime here in Garner, especially based on how that first game played out a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, you can just tell they're motivated to kind of avenge that loss and come out here and play the best ball game of the season. And you're right, with how they're playing right now, it wasn't a perfect first quarter, but they've improved here in the second. They have the lead. That'd be a big boost for them. Then get into the half, continuing to close out this half in a strong way.
Let's see what kind of reply we see from the Garner Trojans. Bastion doubled out of the corner. It was soft, so the pass does get to Hicks. She misses a 3, and a nice rebound taken down by Leah Anderson, another young sophomore on the floor for the Patriots. That deflected pass by Hicks leads to a breakout by Kyaku. We've seen that more than a couple of times in this one. Three-point lead, Apex Friendship, entering the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the hands and the defense for the Trojans becoming very active. Dangerous pass, somehow handled by Sign. Norway snaked their way in, and the loose ball knocked out of bounds by Anderson of the Patriots. Garner basketball.
Well, with Garner's defense, they've got those 2 guards out front really creating havoc with their quickness. Their post players down low do a nice job of reading the passing lanes and moving their feet. Communication is important for them as well, and just not a lot of room to operate for the Patriots on that possession.
Ayla Stark is in, replacing Hamilton. Garner basketball down by 3. The pass gets through to the sideline. The take by Wilkins, and a nice, delicate finish on the baseline.
Wilkins, really important player, averaging 10 points per game. Down low, she gets those offensive boards. Really good defender on the defensive side. She's had a good start to this ball game.
1 point lead for Apex Friendship. This is Anderson missing a 3. Navarre the rebound and the putback. Indy Navarre beginning to get offensively involved. And a lot of contact. That's an offensive foul going against the Garner Trojans.
The emotion the Patriots are playing with, the hustle back on defense. You see the Patriots running back here, getting in position, getting the call. And after that call went their way, you could see the sideline, the players really getting excited because they know, they've got to get back on defense. That's what they've been preached to leading up to this ball game, and they executed to perfection.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch as this game remains close into that second half. How 2 of the best players in this state, whether it's Navarre for Apex Friendship and Kyaku, how they handle the adversity and the distress. And I guess that's how Kyaku handles it. The turnover on the defensive end, and another fast break for Journey Kyaku. Schools like Mississippi State taking a look at her, and some other Power 5 programs around the country. Just a junior, same for Navarre. So a couple more heads-up matches between these 2 even next year in their senior campaigns. See if the Patriots are looking for the last shot as we approach the Wegmans to go halftime report coming up. This is Sign off the wing, follows her own miss with plenty of time left. And maybe a third try. No, Sign lost it into the hands of Wilkins. There was 6 seconds left. They're looking to Euphonian. Had the ball knocked away with 2 seconds left. And Apex will take a lead into intermission. A big surprise surfacing through the first half in Garner. Apex Friendship beaten by 29 a couple of weeks ago by Garner on the road, up 1 at halftime.
You know this guy? Honey.
With the most standard safety features in its class.
Nice stop, Mom.
Thanks. The all-new, fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get a low $229 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models.
This is the United States Coast Guard. These are our people. These are the waters we protect. This is our home. We save lives while protecting our country. We live the mission every single day. No one else does what we do.
On the inside, a Honda SUV is versatile, technologically advanced, and comfortable. But on the outside, Honda is a capable all-wheel drive vehicle ready for any adventure. Plus, Honda sensing safety features like road departure mitigation. Subaru Crosstrek doesn't have that. Inside, outside. For the first time ever, take advantage of our best ever APR with 0% financing on every new Honda SUV. Like 0% financing on the new CR-V, which costs less than the RAV4. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
Halftime score has Apex Friendship leading Garner 33-32. You're watching the Wegmans to Go High School Hoops halftime report. And now it's time for the Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Riddle and Brantley is proud to present the MyRDC High School Hoops Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week. From Apex Friendship High School, the Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week is Isatu Drame. Isatu is captain of the basketball team, secretary of Black Student Alliance, a member of Tri-M, and carries a 3.78 GPA. Isatu also volunteers through Spirit League and the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy. From Garner Magnet High School, the Riddle and Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week is Sydney Tucker. Sydney is a three-sport athlete starring on the soccer, basketball, and track and field teams and carries a 4.41 GPA. Sydney is a junior Olympic national qualifier, 5-time academic all-conference, and volunteers with Rise Against Hunger, Meals on Wheels, and more.
Riddle and Brantley is proud to be a sponsor of the Scholar Athlete of the Week. Congratulations to these All-Stars, and good luck on your eligibility for a $3,000 scholarship at the end of the season.
Riddle and Brantley. Injured in an accident? Call Riddle and Brantley when justice counts.
Whatever the crime.
You never come to work thinking you're going to see something like that.
Whatever the motive.
If he couldn't have her, no one was going to have her.
Whatever it takes, answers to mysteries will be revealed.
Question is, who's going to benefit by these two deaths?
I remember falling to the floor. He was finally caught.
On Dateline.
Weekdays at 11 on MyRDC 28.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your Carolina Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now get a 2020 Escape with 0 for 60 or get a 2020 Explorer with 0 for 72. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
You're watching the Wegmans to Go High School Hoops halftime report. Apex Friendship with a 1-point lead on the road at Garner, 33-32. So now let's go to an interview that Jason Halter did with West Shore Home earlier. Joining him, Paul Janowski.
We're talking with our high school hoops presenting sponsor, Paul Janowski of West Shore Home. Paul, how is West Shore Home different from working with other home improvement companies?
Hey, thanks for asking, Jay, and thanks for having us. The home improvement industry is plagued by complaints of cheap work, poor quality, unmet expectations. So we decided to reinvent home remodeling. At West Shore Home, we believe you deserve a better, safer, and easier home improvement project. So we made our process risk-free, easy design process, trusted installation, and convenient financing.
Why do you feel it's important for West Shore Home to support high school sports?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Super important. Here at West Shore Home, our #1 goal is bringing happiness to every home. We're here to support families and children in all of their home improvement projects, as well as their outside activities from the home. That's why for anyone watching this right now, we're going to give you an additional $500 off on our current sale price.
Thank you for your support of high school sports, Paul. Tell the viewers how important this offer really is.
Oh, of course. And again, thanks for having us, Jay. But yeah, this offer is absolutely huge. It's one of the biggest offers we've ever put out there. You know, again, we believe that homeowners deserve a better, safer, and easier home improvement project, and this will just make it even easier for them. That $500 off all our current sale prices.
Thank you, and it's great to have you as our high school hoops presenting sponsor. Back to you, Patrick.
All right, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Paul. More of the Wegmans to Go High School Hoops halftime report when we return. Apex Friendship up 1 on Garner at halftime at 33-32.
This is James.
Jimmy! Mom, Dad, this is James.
Jimmy! James? James Harrison from Roosevelt High?
Jimmy! Jimmy! Oh! You good, Jimmy?
The 2021 Toyota RAV4.
Jimmy!
The RAV for all of you. Get 0% APR for 48 months on a new 2021 RAV4 and 90-day payment deferral. Toyota. Let's go places.
What will you build? A wall? A roof? A room? Or will you build stronger families, healthier children, more successful students? Each year, thousands of volunteers, donors, and partner families build houses and so much more with Habitat for Humanity. They build better lives and hope for the future. So, what will you build? A porch? A kitchen? A bedroom? Or will you build a stable home, a renewed neighborhood, a better world? What will you build? Each day in nearly 90 countries, Habitat volunteers, donors, and families are building houses, hope, and brighter futures. So, what will you build? Find out at Habitat.org and help build it.
Back to the Wegmans to Go High School Hoops halftime report. Apex Friendship a 1-point lead on Garner, 33-32. Patrick Enos, Jay Stonehalter back in Garner, North Carolina. Bit of a surprise as we take a look, Jay, at some first half highlights. We expected to see a lot of Kyaku, of Navarre, and they'll be joined by a surprise guest, Caitlin Littlejohn, as well. But Garner got off to a very quick start.
Well, you saw a lot of Kyaku dashing towards the rim, getting steals, creating havoc on the defensive end. Her teammates look to push the ball forward. There's nobody faster than her on the fast break, and that's really where they got the majority of their points. They're feasting off those turnovers from the Patriots.
Yeah, those are not replays of the same steal. That's how often we saw Kyaku out in the open floor. She's being recruited by some of the top teams in the country, as is number 12 for Apex Friendship. But a little bit of Caitlin Littlejohn first. Off of a broken foot, just getting back on the active roster last week, knocking down 3 3-pointers in the opening half, and already into double figures for Apex Friendship. And what a difference a Littlejohn makes to the opportunity that the Patriots have. And here is India Navarre, who is being recruited by all of the heavyweights in women's college basketball. That is Stanford, that is Oregon, that is Baylor, that is NC State, and others. So we've seen the two stars step up, but it's been the supporting cast for the Patriots that have helped Apex Friendship to a 1-point lead at the break. Can India Navarre and the Patriots complete the knockoff of the top team in the SWAC? Second half begins next. 33-32, Apex Friendship.
That's a mountain laughing at you. So come prepared in a Kia Sportage and turn that laugh into a whimper. Right now, get 0% APR for 75 months on the purchase of a new 2021 Sportage.
Have you been injured at work and been told this?
Overtime does not count toward your wages.
That is false. I answer calls, emails, and texts all the time from injured workers just like you about their weekly checks. Sometimes they're leaving money on the table. Who told you how much your weekly check should be? Are you sure that's the correct amount? If you don't know for sure, give me a call, and we'll find out together.
Hardison and Cochran, here for you. 919 all fours.
For homicide detectives, the first 48 hours is everything.
We're investigating murder.
Once that line is breached without a lead,
Who pulled the trigger?
the odds of solving a case are cut in half.
911, what is your emergency?
I just saw someone get shot.
Try to make some sense out of this. The victim's handgun. I've been awake 36 hours, and it's absolutely worth it to bring this case to a close.
Weekdays at 10. That's a mountain laughing at you. So come prepared in a Kia Sportage and turn that laugh into a whimper. Right now, lease the 2021 Sportage LX for $179 a month.
Ready to begin the third quarter from Garner. The Trojans undefeated, 5-0 on top of the South Wake Athletic Conference. But a tussle tonight on the home floor, trailing by 1 as the second half gets underway. 33-32 in favor of Apex, and they immediately go to the inside, and Swin Bastion on a second chance opportunity will head to the free throw line.
A perfect entry pass into the post. First shot didn't go in, but again, we've seen all night long these Garner post players fighting down low to get the extra rebounds, and their Bastion getting to the line.
So a couple of free throws from the U.S. Coast Guard free throw line. Go coastguard.com. And the second by Bastion swirls out, and the rebound tipped out by Garner. So not the start that William Stigler was looking for. Again, this Garner program, before Stigler arrived, from the 2008 season up until the end of the 18 season, 36-152. In his 3 years under Stigler, 37 wins in 3 years compared to what they did in the previous 10. And a lot of it is predicated on the defense and the long arms like we see here from Euphonian, creating a steal, spinning, and got fouled on the approach by Apex Friendship. Looked like Little John.
Well, not only is he winning ball games, he's doing it in a fun style. I mean, watching Garner, it's so exciting to see what they're going to do next. They turn up the heat on the defensive end. Such great athleticism with all his players and the physical conditioning that they have to use this style that he wants to play with. I mean, you can just tell the effort that they put forth in each game, and that's created from their practice habits and their conditioning.
And one more from the Coast Guard free throw line. That is miss. And boy, Coach Stigler, he is a stickler for the little things, meaning the right passes and make your free throws. And Garner, to begin this third quarter, has missed 4 straight from the line, and they still trail by 1. And he just can't allow Apex Friendship to hang around as they have been by those little small mistakes. Contact, bank check, yes, no foul, but Kyaku, the acrobatic finish.
We've seen her go towards the lane. There you see her jump shot, mid-range jumper with the contact. I don't know how she was able to create any balance there. She got pushed and was able to focus to knock it in, even falling from the side.
At the foul line, this is Beam. Oh, and that ball almost flattened as it hit the back iron. It gets the friendly roll, and the lead returns to Apex Friendship.
That was a nice job by Beam going up into the high post. There's an open area right there and quickly turned around and shot it.
And Kyaku misses a quick 3 attempt. Another offensive rebound, and that one is tossed in by Bastion. Well, Garner's certainly not the best shooting team in the state, but they get a lot of free points off of live ball, turnovers, and second and third cracks because they're just so active, sending almost everybody to the offensive glass.
Well, the focus, when you're playing Garner, the focus has to be protect the basketball and then box out and rebound, because the Trojans excel on the offensive glass and creating turnovers, but it's easier said than done because of how hard they play and how athletic.
Nice little handoff goes to Sign after she missed the 3, but an offensive rebound by Apex Friendship, and that was Beam who grabbed it and saw Sign on the cuts. So Apex Friendship back on top. Foul line pop. This is Navarre, and she will not get the roll, keeping the rebound alive again on the inside, and that is Beam. And I'll tell you what, we've seen a lot of high-quality minutes from Beam, from Littlejohn, from a number of the bench players for Scott Campbell.
Beam averages almost 7 rebounds per game. I've been watching her. She's been boxing out on the defensive end and kind of finding her spot to get those offensive boards.
With the left hand, there is Marley Beam. Almost scooped it in nearly underhand style to get around the defender on that pivot to her left. Apex Friendship by 3.
Now, when you have those made shots, you can force Garner, Patrick, into their half-court offense, and this is not their strength. They did a nice job moving the ball right now, but they want to play on the run.
And was that deflected out of bounds? It was, and it'll stay with Garner. Yes, they don't look terribly comfortable in the half-court set, but frankly, with the frenetic style, turning teams over, there's not really a big need for them to be in the half-court offense all that much because they're running up and down the floor off of turnovers. Kyaku delivers. Bastion. And she's getting hot in this third quarter.
Kyaku can break down defenders there. Drive and dish for a wide-open mid-range jumper.
They play to the inside. Turning to Hamilton. Offensive rebound again for Apex Friendship. And a lead back to 3 for the Patriots.
Beam again with the offensive board, and Kyaku again knifing through the defense.
I mean, we're seeing such a disparate set of styles here, right? Garner wants to get up and down the floor. Half court gives them some troubles. With Apex Friendship, they're very, very comfortable in the half court set, trying to dissect the defense and give themselves the best opportunity to get the cleanest look.
And it's like which team can kind of really play at their pace and enforce that pace for the rest of this ballgame is probably who's going to be the winner. And, it's just interesting to see having success with different styles.
3-point lead for Apex Friendship. There's a dribble drive, a little bit out of control. Athonian the rebound. The quick outlet, Kyaku attacking Little John and drawing the foul. And that will send Kyaku to the free throw line for the Garner Trojans. Well, we'd like to thank United Rentals for powering tonight's high school hoops basketball game. United Rentals, you're building the future. We're here to help. So Journey Kyaku, just a junior, averaging about 25 at contest. She has been exciting in the open floor tonight for the Garner Trojans. And a 5th straight missed free throw by Garner in this third quarter. Driving William Stigler up a wall. And that one will finally drop with a little bit of luck. 4:25 left, third quarter. A 2-point lead for Apex Friendship.
Well, for the Patriots, if you see Garner driving in there with their inability to really connect on these free throws, why not foul them? And that may be part of the strategy here.
Oh, a great job by Sign to recover after a turnover forced by Garner. She swatted away what was going to be a gimme layup at the other end and deflected the steal back to her teammates. The Patriots can't convert. Floater in the lane is good from Kyaku, and that will draw Garner even.
She's just so good turning those rebounds, turnovers into easy scoring opportunities, and we've seen her go towards the rim now a couple times, though. Mid-range jumper connected for 2.
And Hamilton just didn't have the angle to shoot over Bastion. Here comes Garner up the floor. And just watching Garner play defense, it's easy to see how almost all of their opponents just get overwhelmed by the power of the defense of the Garner Trojans and the quickness. But that does not impact an Apex Friendship, not tonight. Maybe a couple of weeks ago, but tonight is a new day for the Patriots. 3:28 left in the third. We're tied at 41.
What does CVS stand for?
Condoms, Viagra, and snacks.
Funny you should ask. Weeknights starting at 10 on MyRDC 28.
This is a show where every word counts.
Wild dog.
Weeknights at 11 on MyRDC 28. 3 judges, 3 opinions.
Get him out of my courtroom.
3 personalities.
Not everybody's the 3 of us.
Hot Bench. Weeknights at 7 on MyRDC 28.
On the inside, a Honda SUV is sophisticated, technologically advanced, and comfortable. But on the outside, a Honda SUV is rugged, capable, and ready to take on anything. With an intelligent traction management and 3 all-terrain driving modes at the push of a button, the competition doesn't have that. Inside, outside. For the first time ever, get our best 0% financing on every new Honda SUV, like 0% financing on the Passport or Pilot. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
Hey, Gunner, guess what? I just got a foster family.
Oh, that's great, Lily. How'd they find you?
Through Cause for Pause. Apparently it was pretty easy.
Huh. I wonder why I never get picked.
Aw, someone will pick you soon.
No, they won't.
Maybe you just need some pizzazz. Something that makes you pop.
Like this?
Patriots and Trojans, 41-41. Waning minutes of the third quarter from Garner. Patrick Enos, Jay Sonhalter with you. And a reminder that our Scholar Athlete is brought to you by Riddle and Brantley. Injured in an accident? Call Riddle and Brantley when justice counts. Well, this has been a poised effort by Apex Friendship from about after the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, where I just felt like the pace of the game, the speed of the game caught them a little bit by surprise, but they've certainly caught up in terms of poise. And they look like a solid adversary against the Garner Trojans today.
Garner now switching to a zone defense, changing things up.
Inside Anderson, and she traveled. So the change in defense for William Stigler impacting that offensive set for Apex Friendship.
Man, interesting because they play such great man-to-man. There you throw a little curveball with the zone defense. I always think it's good, and it's interesting to see when coaches pick times to change things up and see how their opponents react.
41 all across the lane. Euphonian can't get that to go, but sneaking to the baseline is Bastion. Locates her teammate out of the corner, and Adriana Mosley misses a three. Mosley on the floor for the first time today for Garner. This is Navarre, nowhere to go. Tries to attack Kyaku again. That pass to the inside deflected and knocked out of bounds by Garner.
Well, that was a nice stop by Sign. She saw the open lane, and Garner was able to kind of deflect it there. Good ball move, and the pace of Navarre. She tried to push it, got into the paint, and saw two defenders come over, pulled it back out. It was good ball movement.
Well, Littlejohn into double figures, triggers off of the baseline, and that jumper in the lane is missed by Navarre, and the rebound to the Garner Trojans. Just look how fast Kyaku gets down the floor, blowing past one defender, and leaves the miss for Euphonian for the easy bucket, and Garner on top by two.
And Kyaku has a special skill, and you can see that translating over to the college level. There's nobody that can keep up with her pace, her athleticism. And not only does she do it on the offensive end, you know you're getting a skilled player, but it's her defense, which is so hard to find players that are excellent defenders, and she does on both ends.
And Navarre trying to split through that double team, did squeeze through. Wilkins accidentally tripped her. And back to Kyaku for a moment, just watching her a little bit last year and watching her here tonight, she's not going to be asked to score 20 or 25 a game at the college level. So if she can manage the game, control the pace, get out in open in transition, as Apex knocks down a jumper to tie things up, that's going to be her responsibility and her role at the next level. But again, she still has another year and a half of high school left.
So much time to improve for all these great young players. This was an abbreviated offseason, and you can see how much we've seen these teams last year and talked about Patrick during the week. We said, it's going to be exciting to see how much they've improved, and you can see here tonight the talents that they've shown and have is evident, and they put in a lot of time on their game.
33 years as a high school head coach. That man on the right side of your screen, Scott Campbell for Apex Friendship. He was the 24-year head coach at Apex High School for the girls program, taught PE, taught health, got out of the coaching business and then retired from teaching in 2013. And frankly, he thought his coaching career was done. But when his principal from Apex, Mr. White, took the same principal job as Apex Friendship open, he said, "You're the guy I want to start this program." And he got the itch again to become a head coach. He wanted to build something special. First year, he told us this morning, was miserable as they went 0-19. But he doesn't care about winning percentages. He doesn't care about legacies. It's about building a program and building that community of kids and almost an extension of his family as far as daughters. He spends a lot of time taking voicemails and text messages from former players who are getting married, years after playing basketball for him or having babies. He still is a prominent figure in all of their lives.
And it means so much to him, the relationship part of it, and not only why his athletes are in school, but later on in life. And it means so much to him, being a role model for his players, and building a team from the start of October, November until the end of the season is really what he looks forward to.
And it's stripped by the Patriots, Navarre, and she will get the and one opportunity. So a little bit of the Trojans' medicine as Navarre creates the strip and the odd man break the other way.
Look at this pace, kind of slowed down, and then knew when to jump into the body of Kyaku, and then again focusing. She's able to focus through the contact for and one opportunity.
And those are two players who know each other awfully well. And there's a steal by Navarre on the outlet pass, and books a three off of the sideline. 5 from Navarre in the span of 10 seconds, and that's the lead for the Patriots.
So dangerous. She goes, makes a play, and then you can't fall asleep if you're Garner. She's going to hurt you again, knocking down a big three. Now momentum for the Patriots going into this timeout.
And those are players that know each other awfully well from the summer circuit, AAU ball, Navarre and Kyaku. And didn't see a lot, really need a lot from Navarre in that first half for the Patriots, but she has now stepped up in a big way.
We'll see dominant play. Look at this free throw. It doesn't go her way. What's she going to do? Play great defense. Look at her read the eyes. Jumps in front and then knocks down a big three. Such a dominant player. You know, her team needs her to step up in the biggest moments. And here, as we get towards the fourth quarter, this clock icing down. Not much time left in this ball game. That was a big three for momentum after that free throw attempt.
So a 48-43 lead for Apex. Garner basketball trying to put a tourniquet on this little run by the Patriots. Hicks into the corner. Offensive rebound by Wilkins. The defense had kind of laid off, and Wilkins misses from short range. And the rebound to Navarre. And Apex Friendship can shoot for its biggest lead of the game. Is signed, denied on the baseline. It stays with the Patriots.
Pretty good help defense by Garner. The baseline was open. Sign took it. Now, there's a lot of contact. She was looking for the foul. It was just good job communicating, coming over to kind of seal off the lane.
And look at Kyaku get involved there, almost a takeaway of midcourt. And she is active anywhere on the floor. Need to be very aware of where she is. Sign off of the sideline, short with a three. And Dart in the rebound for Garner, and now it's in the hands of Kyaku, and you're never going to slow down the tempo when the basketball's in her hands, even in the final 30 seconds of a quarter. Hicks will reset. Athonian up high, Bastion. Offensive rebound nearly grabbed by Garner, but a spin away Navarre. 8 seconds left, and she'll slow it back with 5. Give it up to Sign. Does she know how much time is left? She'll get it off, partially blocked from the side, and that is the end of the third quarter. But 5 straight in the waning moments of the third by Indy Navarre is giving William Stigler and the undefeated Garner Trojans a headache. 48-43, Apex Friendship after 3. Trying to knock off the top team of the SWAC, 1 quarter away from doing it.
Life's full of little accidents. And Hyundai Tucson's lane keeping assist can help make sure they stay little.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on the Tucson, or up to $3,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Weekend starting September 26th. To get the true word on the street, you've got to speak the language.
It's time to put the culture back in pop culture.
Central Lab, a modern deep dive into entertainment that drives to the heart of the story. Fresh takes and authentic voices, bringing you the right show for right now.
Welcome to Central Lab.
Sundays at 6 on MyRDC.
This is the black dress. I'm the judge, and we're in the middle of a trial.
In the People's Court, Judge Millan rules.
How can you accept that? Say it, forget it, write it, regret it.
Real people.
She made a collage of my pictures.
Naked pictures?
Yeah.
Wow.
Real cases.
He was getting violent.
I didn't know what else to do.
I want to kill him.
Get out of my courtroom.
Real drama.
What's the age difference between you two?
40 years.
Did you let him in on the paternity test?
No.
Oh, my God.
Real justice. The People's Court. Weekdays on MyRDC.
Life's full of little accidents. And Hyundai Tucson's lane keeping assist can help make sure they stay little.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on the Tucson, or up to $3,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Fourth quarter about to begin from Garner. Apex Friendship with a 5-point lead on the Garner Trojans, 48-43. So a lot of concern from William Stigler, whose Garner Trojans have been running through the entire SWAC over the first month of this regular season. And that includes a 29-point win over the Patriots only a couple of weeks ago. But you know, we've seen the coaching changes from Scott Campbell, the addition of Little John, who is now fully healthy. She's in double figures today. And just a very well-constructed game plan and a lot of poise so far for the Patriots. Now the question is, can they close out the deal the final 8 minutes?
Yeah, for William Stigler, he's going to learn a lot about his team. How do you handle adversity? His team's never been in this spot this season, so It's going to be interesting to see how they respond and kind of face this deficit.
And that's Euphonian. That's one way to handle adversity. Euphonian knocks down a 3 straight on, and Garner is within 2, 48-46.
And I know he's got confidence that his team can come back because he knows how really electrifying they can be on the offensive end, creating turnovers, easy buckets. So he challenged his team at the break there to try to get their offense going.
Anderson cleans up the Littlejohn miss and a second opportunity for the Patriots. And Littlejohn, well, it's a soft foul, but it is one on Naima Hicks of Garner. Almost looked like Littlejohn slipped on her own volition there. But might have just been nudged a bit off balance. Vicky Sign against Kyaku, and we'll take a look at the shape of this Garner defense here.
Back to the zone defense for the Trojans.
Littlejohn, she has 3 already in this one. Grays to the front of the rim. Wilkins the rebound. And Kyaku with some space. Angling in and count it. And a foul as well. And just like that, Kyaku and the Trojans have caught Apex Friendship.
She does not stop. We'll see here again. Look at the pace. Looking up ahead. Wilkins with the pass. And then Littlejohn trying to get that call, not going her way, but Kyaku, again, she's not afraid of contact, and it's a big take for her team.
And the anchor outlet free throw, another miss by Garner, but the rebound grabbed by Kyaku. Space again, attacks the hole again, and scores again. Journey Kyaku. And Garner has scored the first 7 of this fourth quarter and claims a 2-point lead.
And she really read the defender. She saw a little crease, and then she knew with her quickness she could break it down.
Oh, and Kyaku, a clean takeaway. Driving the hole again. 6 points for Kyaku in 30 seconds. And Garner goes up 4 on the Patriots.
She's answering the challenge. Coming out of the break, down by 5. Now she's leading her team to 4 points.
And another turnover forced by Garner. Kyaku, number 2, dives onto the floor and forces a tie-up. Have you seen that type of effort from any other player in the state in the last 2 minutes? And let's now nominate and anoint this the Westgate Dodge Ram of Wake Forest play of the game. This steal by Kyaku, driving ahead and single-handedly giving the Garner Trojans the lead.
It just seemed like a second ago they're down by 5. Now 4-point lead. Kyaku, that's pretty quick. That was the play. That just happened a couple seconds ago. It's already the play of the game because it was so special.
Brought to you by WestgateCars.com. We will make you a believer for life. And a remarkable opening 2-minute salvo for the Garner Trojans. Again, a 3-pointer was made by Euphonian, and then it's been the Journey Kyaku show as Apex Friendship at the free throw line with Riley Hamilton. One more anchor auto outlet free throw with 6:05 left in the fourth. And a missed free throw and a good box out by Euphonian. And the Garner Trojans up by 3. Shovel pass in deep, and Wilkins through some contact, able to finish. And this looks like one of the top teams to state, the Garner Trojans, at least for the first 2 minutes of this fourth quarter.
This is a style that they're comfortable with and they want to play at with fast break opportunities.
And that one will rattle in for Marley B. But it comes back down to poise. Apex Friendship has handled the Garner pressure most of the game. First couple of minutes, not so well. First couple of minutes of this fourth quarter, not particularly optimal either for Scott Campbell. But Garner has a number of different levels they can ratchet up the pressure, just as we've seen here in the fourth quarter.
This is going to be an outstanding finish. You can see that these teams, they know that they're 2 of the best in the area. They're testing themselves. You can really see the competition rising.
Well, you see in the middle, there's again the look at the 6th-year head coach, Scott Campbell. It's been a very emotional year for everybody in terms of when games are played, COVID-19 impacting so many of us across this state and in the country. And the evidence has gone into the living room for Scott Campbell. His wife, Kim, lost her father just last Wednesday to COVID. O'Carroll Buckner, at 84 years of age, living in Silco, North Carolina, a longtime wife of Carolyn. So Scott Campbell actually missed the Millbrook game about a week and a half ago as O'Carroll was brought back home from hospice for his last moments. Very emotional. team went on to win, and as the team was coming back toward campus, as that one is dropped in on the inside by Bastion, the cell phone of Scott Campbell lit up from all of his players on the way back after that Millbrook game, checking in to see how he was doing, because he means so much to these kids, just as they mean so much to him. And that's the why. That's why he's back in this game coaching again. Certainly didn't have to. It's those kind of relationships and such great young women that he has on his squad checking in on him and his wife Kim and O'Carroll's widow with Carolyn.
And it was such a tough moment for him, but to have that support when we talked to him, you could just see what it meant to him and how special it is to have those relationships.
And how special it would be if Navarre and the Patriots are able to polish this one away. They're hanging tough after Garner hit him with a couple of uppercuts to begin this fourth quarter, trailing by 3, but now some steals by India Navarre and the Patriots, leading to some opportunities with the clock stopped.
And they are getting her hand in there just to tip the ball enough back to herself, and then the speed taking over. And again, she's such a powerful player. When she's driving in, it's so tough to slow her down.
So Navarre at the line, 1st and 2. Knocks it down from the Anchor Auto Outlet free throw line, 56-54. Garner by 2. Again, in Garner's second game of this shortened season, they ran Apex Friendship out of the gym by 29 points. But it's a 1-point game with a little more than 4.5 minutes left. There's another take by Kyaku and another foul drawn by Kyaku. This time, Vicky Sign couldn't get back in proper position, and Kyaku has just taken over flat out in this fourth quarter.
Well, and they're going to have to find a way to get the ball out of her hands because she is going to attack. A little bit of contact. It was a nice Euro step there to go towards the right, then switch back over to the left to get the contact, and then focus for the finish.
And makes the free throw, 3-point play, Kyaku. 58-55, Garner on top. That pass got through, Sign out of the corner, and man, do the Patriots need that one. Back to within 1 as Vicky Sign knocks down a 3. Quickly at the other end, Kyaku from short range can't knock it down. The Patriots with a chance to reclaim the lead. And to the inside, and Navarre will do just that.
The two top scorers, Sign, who's getting recruiting interest, as well as Navarre, their last 2 possessions, their scores taking over, and now have a 1-point lead.
4 minutes left, fourth quarter. Double team chasing around Hicks near midcourt, and a wise timeout by William Stigler. He sensed the panic, felt the turnover coming, and saves a premium possession for Garner. Apex inside of 4 minutes in the fourth, looking for the upset, up 1 on Garner.
This is James.
Jimmy! Mom, Dad, this is James.
Jimmy! James? James Harrison from Roosevelt High?
Jimmy! Yeah! Oh! You good, Jimmy?
The 2021 Toyota RAV4.
Jimmy!
The RAV for all of you. Lease a new 2021 RAV4 LE for $249 a month for 36 months. Toyota. Let's go places.
Whatever the crime.
You never come to work thinking you're going to see something like that.
Whatever the motive.
If he couldn't have her, no one was going to have her.
Whatever it takes, answers to mysteries will be revealed.
The question is, who's going to benefit by these 2 deaths?
I remember falling to the floor. He was finally caught.
On Dateline.
Weekdays at 11 on MyRDC 28.
For homicide detectives, the first 48 hours is everything.
We're investigating murder.
Once that line is breached without a lead,
Who pulled the trigger?
the odds of solving a case are cut in half.
911, what is your emergency?
I just saw someone get shot.
Try to make some sense out of this. The victim's handgun. I've been awake 36 hours, and it's absolutely worth it to bring this case to a close.
Weekdays at 10.
Well, this one's getting good, and it's getting to the nitty-gritty. 3:57 left in the fourth. Apex with a 1-point lead on Garner. And we've seen the highest level of basketball play saved for this final quarter. Apex led by 5 as the fourth began. Garner hit the Patriots with a quick 9-0 run, fueled mostly by Journey Kyaku. But then Navarre came back for the Patriots and drew them back to within 1. And now we're just seeing body blow after body blow. And we see another bucket from Journey Kyaku. So Garner back on top by 1 with 3:40 left in the fourth quarter. Garner's flashing to every passing lane and forcing another turnover there. Kyaku takes the outlet pass, driving in on Littlejohn, leaves it though for Hicks. Can't finish, and the stick back good from Aphonian, and a foul on Apex Friendship.
All over the boards. Patrick, again, you saw a missed shot, and then the offensive board. Aphonian coming in here. Nice block by Navarre, and then the second effort for 2.
So the Trojans up by 3. And Aphonian, just a sophomore, stands about 6 feet, knocks down the anchor auto outlet free throw. And just like that, Garner up by 4, 64-60. The pressure being extended by the Trojans. Hicks. Navarre into traffic, nowhere to go, and a travel against Navarre.
A little bit of hesitation. Looked like it may have been a foul. And then the travel was called. And now 3:16 left. Minimal possessions here. Garner, you've got the lead. You've got a little bit of a cushion. Can you stretch this lead out? They have to, again, protect the basketball and make wise decisions.
And Aphonian off the baseline, missed it. Rebound tapped into the hands of Littlejohn. And now the Patriots in possession, down by 4. But again, the high-pressure defense applied to the top of that zone by Hicks and Kyaku. They find a soft spot in the middle of the zone, missed the shot. Kyaku the board, taps the throttle, hands it off to the inside, and Naima Hicks the bucket, and the Trojans up by 6. .230 left in the fourth. And this is a big possession for Apex Friendship.
Well, who's going to step up? Who's going to take the big shot? They need to stop this momentum.
Beam the delivery on the cut was signed, and a Garner foul.
Garner still playing that zone defense. Just a little change of pace on the defensive end. That middle of the paint top area and the free throw line has been open. See if the Patriots kind of try to attack that area.
Finding some space, Navarre off the elbow, missed it. Rebound is corralled by Garner's Wilkins. And now into the capable hands of Kyaku, who can take a little bit of clock if she desires here, nearing 2 minutes for regulation.
Patrick, do you slow down if you're Garner now? That's not the pace you play with, but do you do the opposite and slow it down?
Yeah, the Patriots nearly turned over Hicks. Knocked it loose. Hicks got back to it, kept it alive anyway. And we get a whistle blown and over to the sideline ahead of the Garner Trojans. And the officials now are trying to determine, is it a travel? Is it a foul? Who saw what first? So both teams headed their respective sidelines. So competing calls from the officials here. So there's the dive by Hicks to keep it alive. The reach in by Navarre, and then it just kind of ball jostled around. And we'll see what the ultimate decision is going to be. And now the explanation comes to Scott Campbell. And Campbell less than impressed. So with 1:58 to go, it's a 6-point lead for the Garner Trojans. And we get a foul on India Navarre and then a technical foul on India Navarre of the Patriots. So technical free throws being shot by Kyaku, and Navarre out for Apex Friendship. And it must have been something that was said muffled underneath those masks as Navarre now heads to the sideline for Apex Friendship. So two more free throws on the way here for Kyaku. And she was made 1 of 2 with one more coming. So now a 7-point lead for Garner. Your star for the Patriots is now on the bench, and Garner's going to get the basketball back after this made free throw. So now it's a 68-60 lead with 1:58 left of the fourth. And now this game is firmly in the palm of the hands of the Garner Trojans as the hands on the sideline for Navarre are clasped in prayer.
Well, you got to get a stop here if you're the Patriots, and then you feel confident with your three-point shooting. You're going to have to start hitting it from the outside and getting on fire.
Euphonian inside the three-point line in the corner makes it a 10-point lead for Garner.
She's got a really good mid-range jumper. We know she's dominant down in the post there, stretching it out, though. A nice jumper for 10-point lead for her team.
And Norbe delivers on the inside for Hamilton. Missed his shots. Rebound to the Trojans. And a 10-point lead, biggest of the game for Garner, occurs in the final 2 minutes of regulation. Kyaku speeds ahead, hits a Finian. She's money from this spot normally. Kyaku over the top, trying to keep the offensive rebound alive. 1:15 for the fourth. Foul on Kyaku, and Apex Friendship is heading to the free throw line.
William Stigler not happy with that foul because you get the Patriots going to the line, and it was over on your end of the court. So a mistake by his team and an opportunity for the Patriots to cut into this lead.
This is Ada Norbe. Knocks down the front end, makes it a 9-point game. It was 48-43 Apex Friendship beginning this quarter. Garner has put 27 points on the board inside of 7 minutes. That's how explosive they are, especially on the defensive end, because that's where most of the offense has been formed. Now you're either trying to force a turnover or take a quick foul. Wilkins on the baseline got to the hole and scoops it home and bumps the lead back to 10. 72-62, Garner up by 10. And again, Navarre fouled out of the game for the Patriots. And on the entry pass, a foul on Garner. And a tremendous effort we've seen from the Patriots here today. And unless things turn around very quickly, they're going to come up short for the second time against Garner. But they gave Garner everything they could have wanted and then some, as they were in control when the fourth quarter began.
I think the thing that's evident that I see is both these teams are going to make long playoff runs. And they've talented, great coaches, and they're teams that you can tell they're going to continue to get better, and they have special qualities about them.
Kyaku being chased to Finian out of the corner, driving baseline, and makes it a 12-point game with 30 seconds left. Amira Euphonian, 74-62. And one more whistle on that sideline as they tried to trap. And heading back to the free throw line, Apex Friendship and Victoria sign. And the other thing to keep in mind for the rest of the SWAC, they're not thrilled to hear this, but almost all of the key players are back. And that includes the two stars with Navarre and Kyaku next year, especially for the Patriots. Yeah. 8 sophomores on this roster, and Navarre a junior. But Kyaku a junior, Finian is just a sophomore, Wilkins a junior. They've been the 3 leaders of this Garner fourth quarter rally. Timeout with 22 seconds left, and Garner up a dozen.
Well, these teams are going to be able to grow together, and when you have that chemistry, you can build something special. The talent that they have, again, with the coaching staffs they have, they know how to build a winner, so these teams are here to stay.
But for both of these seasoned head coaches, William Stigler right there for the Garner Trojans and Scott Campbell on the other side, I mean, these are basketball coaching rats. So they will have a lot of things to pick apart when they go back and watch the replay of this game or watch the video that their own team managers have been able to peel off from this game in terms of where points were lost, where possessions were lost, where turnovers were created, where momentum was given away. And when you're talking about 2 of the top teams certainly in the area, and in Garner's case, perhaps one of the best teams in the state, if they clean those things up, this could really lead to a magical, final month and a half of this season into the playoffs.
Coaches are never satisfied. They're always going to find that thing that you can motivate your team with to get better.
Euphonian on the break in transition. And it goes out of bounds, squirts over the end line to Apex Friendship. 13 seconds left, and Garner is going to survive. Up by 10. Trailing by 5 at the end of the third quarter. And the Garner Trojans are going to outscore Apex by 13, make it 15 in the final quarter. And it's a final, and Garner remains undefeated, but it did not come easy. Trojans a 76-66 win over Apex.
And Garner found a way to turn it on in the fourth quarter. Faced such good competition. Apex Friendship, they've got a lot to be proud of. They played a really good ball game. It was just in the fourth quarter. A couple plays didn't go their way, and then Garner took off. So this was an important matchup for both teams.
So the Trojans remain unbeaten. William Stigler and Garner celebrating again. 33 points in the final quarter, and they outgun Apex Friendship by 10. Your final, Garner 76, Apex Friendship 66. The high school hoops trophy ceremony on the way next when we return to Garner.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Weekend starting September 26th. To get the true word on the street, you've got to speak the language.
It's time to put the culture back in pop culture.
Central Ave, a modern deep dive into entertainment that drives to the heart of the story. Fresh takes and authentic voices, bringing you the right show for right now.
Welcome to Central Ave.
Sundays at 6 on MyRDC.
On the inside, a Honda SUV is versatile, technologically advanced, and comfortable. But on the outside, Honda is a capable all-wheel drive vehicle ready for any adventure. Plus, Honda sensing safety features like road departure mitigation. Subaru Crosstrek doesn't have that. Inside, outside. For the first time ever, take advantage of our best ever APR with 0% financing on every new Honda SUV. Like 0% financing on the new CR-V, which costs less than the RAV4. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
Welcome back to Garner, North Carolina, where the WestgateCars.com High School Hoops, presented by a West Shore home, is a final. Garner escapes with a 10-point win over Apex Friendship, 76-66. So William Stigler and the Trojans celebrating in the corner, remaining unbeaten at 6-0. And here is Jay Sohnhalter to present the High School Hoops trophy to the Garner Trojans and William Stigler, scoring 33 points in the final quarter, overcoming a 5-point deficit, and a second straight win over Apex Friendship. Well-deserved. Journey Kiyako, Amira Othonian, and the Garner Trojans get it done. They move to 6-0 in league play atop the SWAC table. 76-66, the final score. Garner over Apex Friendship. And all of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful folks at Westgate Kia and Westgate Dodge Ram of Wake Forest who make these games possible for all of you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our other great supporters for their contributions to our high school hoops on MyRDC 28. West Shore Home, Wegmans To Go, U.S. Coast Guard, Anchor Auto Outlet, and Riddle and Brantley. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and all of their administrators for their continued support. Apex Friendship and Garner Magna High School. Join us next week on MyRDC when the Southeast Raleigh Bulldogs take on the Eagles of Enloe. For Jay Sohnhalter and our entire crew, Patrick Keenan saying so long from Garner, where the Trojans remain unbeaten, 76-66 over Apex Friendship. So long from Garner.